From Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan, the Rockford Rivets wrap up their 4-game road trip with a Tuesday morning matchup against the Kalamazoo Growlers. Good morning and welcome to this audio broadcast of Rockford Rivets baseball. I'm Cory Berberian. Well, this season the Rivets bats have either been red hot or ice cold, and it was certainly the latter yesterday. A 3-0 victory for the Growlers. Rockford falling victim to the shutout bug for the third time already this season. Kalamazoo picked up a complete game shutout from pitcher Adam Wheaton, who surrendered just 4 Rivet hits in 98 pitches. Rockford looks to end its first road trip of 2019 on a high note and go 2-2 on the 4-game stretch. Here's their lineup for today's game. Blake Burrows leads things off and plays center field, batting from the left side. Switch hitter Nick Jouer again behind the plate, bats second. DH Matt Higgins bats third. Jake Vanderwall cleans things up. He plays right field. Jeff Heinrich from short bats fifth and bats righty. Aaron Mann, the right-hander, at third base, bats sixth. Malik Williams in the 7th hole today. He bats first from the right side. Lefty Tom Jostin at the 8th hole bats second base. And Nick Figus, the left fielder, rounds things out in the 9th inning. So Blake Burrows steps to the plate. Left-hander against the right-hander, Caden Helsel, the starter for Kalamazoo, making his second appearance of the season. A 1-0 record. Did not allow an earned run in his first appearance on Wednesday. So Burrows steps in, 0 for 3 yesterday. The left-hander against the righty Helsel, and the first pitch is outside away. 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Helsel for ball 1. Burrows normally in the 9th hole, elevated to number 1 today. The 1-0 pitch misses the outside edge, another fastball, 2-0. Blake Burrows 8 for 26 on the season, batting .308. 2-0 pitch coming. Fastball this time dots the corner, 2-1. Burrows, the 5'7", 170 left-hander from Kansas State. 2-1 pitch to him is in the dirt. A fastball at 89 miles an hour, but spiked by Helsel, 3-1. Catcher Nick Jouer on deck. Burrows, after being in the 9th spot the last 4 games, up at the number 1 spot today. He steps out with a 3-1 count. Just underway here in Kalamazoo. 62 degrees and cloudy skies overhead. 3-1 pitch to Burrows, swinging a ground ball that taps foul off to the right. And the count runs full to him. Well, Burrows got a hit in his first 6 games of the season, but was hitless yesterday, 0 for 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Helsel winds and the righty deals the payoff. Swing and a tapper that gets foul off to the left this time. Rockford at 3 wins and 4 losses on the year. They've lost their last 2. Kalamazoo at 4-3. They've won their last 3 games, and 2-3 here in Kalamazoo. 3-2 pitch to Burrows on the way, and it's inside for ball 4. Off-speed pitch that time from Helsel, misses. And Burrows draws a walk to start the game. 3rd walk of the season for Blake Burrows. That'll bring up the catcher Nick Jouer, playing for the 2nd straight game. 1 for 3 yesterday with the walk. Overall, 4 for 15 with a couple of RBIs on the season, batting .267 in 4 games. Switch hitter batting from the left side, facing the right-hander Caden Helsel. Helsel from the stretch from the first base side of the pitching rubber, stares in, deals the first pitch to Jouer, and it misses low, a fastball, ball 1. Jouer at 5'8", 175. So you got Burrows at 5'7", and Jouer 5'8". At 1-2 in the lineup. Jouer out of TCU, native of Lakeville, Minnesota. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch to him. Missed again with a fastball, 2-0. Jouer, the redshirt freshman, with a 2-0 count. Burrows leads off of first base with nobody out, top of the 1st inning. 2-0 pitches, bounced a comebacker slowly to the mound. Going to first base is Helsel. It's its only play. Moving up to second base, Blake Burrows, as Jouer is retired for out number 1. That'll bring up Matt Higgins for Rockford, the DH today. Higgins, who's had a multi-hit night, his last 2 times. 3 for 5 a couple of days ago in Kokomo. And 2 for 4 yesterday, the only Rockford hitter with multiple hits. Up with Burrows at second base. And 1 away, Higgins the left-handed batter. Helzel staring in, now steps on the rubber, has his sign. Sets letter high and deals the first pitch. It's well outside to Higgins, ball 1, a fastball. Higgins up to 9 for 26 on the year, batting .321 with a home run. Sophomore from Bellarmine in Louisville, Kentucky. Helzel's 1-0 pitch to him is on the outside part of the plate, strike 1. So Higgins is 5 for 9 over his last 2 games. Batting once again in the middle part of the batting order, with Jake Vanderwall, the cleanup man, on deck. 1-1 to Higgins on the way. Swinging a pop-up, ends up going foul just in front of us, behind home plate, and over the screen. Well, it is Education Day here today, an 11 a.m. start time in the Eastern time zone, so plenty of school children on Homer Stryker Field's bleachers today. Also on the third base bleachers and the first base bleachers, but some of them in the behind home plate section right near us. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch to Higgins. Breaking ball ripped into right field. That's down the line, headed for extra bases near the corner. Higgins digs for second base. Around third comes Burrows. He'll score easily. Throw comes into second base. It's cut off, and Matt Higgins has an RBI double. Higgins continues his hot road trip, 5 for 9 over his last 2 games. He scores Blake Burrows with an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Rockford here in the first. A great start for Rockford after being shut out yesterday and mustering only 4 hits. Blake Burrows gets on with a walk, and Matt Higgins drives him home from second base. Just pulls a ball right down the right field line toward the corner of the field. And Higgins with 2 easy bases. Now Jake Vanderwall the bat. Up 1-0 is Rockford. Vanderwall grounds the first pitch foul off to the right. The left-hander Jake Vanderwall. 1 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. He's hit in all 4 games he's played this season. 7 for 14 on the year. A clean .500 with 1 home run and 2 RBIs for Rockford. Matt Higgins leads off second base, not being held on. The 0-1 pitch to Vanderwall loops in for a strike. 72 mile an hour off speed on the outside black, and it's 0-2. Infielders playing back. Second baseman Michael Sears is on the outfield grass against the left-hander Jake Vanderwall, who is known to pull. The 0-2 pitch coming to Jake Vanderwall. Breaking ball into center field, charging over Jimmy Sullivan. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Well, Sullivan playing off to the left. That ball just a blooper into the shallow right center field, and Sullivan couldn't get over in time. And Jake Vanderwall has a base hit to make it first and third with 1 man out. Matt Higgins couldn't really run. He had to wait for that ball to drop as it was a questionable ball in the outfield. Was halfway down the line, so all he could do was trot to third base. 3 base runners here in the first inning for Rockford, back-to-back hits. Matt Higgins a double and Jake Vanderwall a single. First and third, 1 away for Jeff Heinrich, who fouls off the first pitch to the right side. Heinrich, a right-handed batter, the first righty in the Rockford lineup at the 5-hole. 0 for 4 yesterday, 2 for 17 to start the year. 0-1 to Heinrich, the pitch is well inside, a fastball 1-1. Heinrich 0 for 9 in his last 2 games. It's been a rough road trip for number 11 in gray. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Helzel's pitch to Heinrich is inside again with a fastball, 2-1. Heinrich out of McHenry County Community College. Committed to South Carolina this season. 2 balls and a strike. Helzel already 20 pitches deep. The pitch to Heinrich, swinging a pop-up. Shallow left field. This won't even clear the infield dirt. 2 men call for it, and the shortstop Jacob Hoover takes care of it, makes the catch, and Heinrich is retired for the second out. Kalamazoo in the infield, Anthony Coco, Jacob Hoover, Michael Sears, and Shea Kramer left to right. And in the outfield, Brooks Kitsey, Jimmy Sullivan, and Dakota Katowski left to right in the outfield. Hunter Thorne catching for Caden Kelsel today, with Fox Liam as the designated hitter for Kalamazoo. Aaron Mann up with 2 men on the corners and 2 men away. Mann, the right-handed batter, 0 for 3 yesterday after a 3-hit day in Kokomo 2 days ago. First pitch to him, swinging a pop-up, well foul off to the right. Mann, the third baseman today, 6'4", 220-pound freshman from Drury University. Little Rock, Arkansas native, batting right-handed against the righty Caden Helsel for Kalamazoo. 1 run on 2 hits in this game for Rockford here in the first inning. First and third with 2 men out. The 1-0-1 pitch is well high with the fastball 1-1. Matt Higgins off third base. Jake Vanderwall off first. 1-1 the count to Aaron Mann. Mann steps into the batter's box. Caden Helsel has his sign and sets letter high. And throws on back to first base. Quickly getting back face first, Jake Vanderwall. Vanderwall 1 for 1 on stolen bags this season. There were no stolen bases attempted by either team in yesterday's game. 1-1 the count to Mann. Helsel fires the pitch. Swinging a liner, foul off to the left. Ends up on the concourse on the left field side. Count 1-2. Helsel reaches 86-87 on the jugs gun for fastballs today. He has thrown mostly high-speed pitches in this first inning, already up to 24 pitches. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 out on Aaron Mann. Throw back to first again. Vanderwall not even tagged by the first baseman, Shea Kramer. 1-0 Rockford. After not scoring yesterday, they pick up the first run in the first inning of this game. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mann. Helsel stares in and now sets. Runner takes off, deals the 1-2 in the pitches, swung on and hit foul off to the right, clears the bleachers, and will do it again. Vanderwall taking off from first to second base with 2 strikes. And the hit and run play doesn't work as Aaron Mann fouls it off. Would have been the first stolen base attempt this entire 2-game series. Malik Williams on deck for Rockford, batting 7th in the order. Third baseman Aaron Mann with a 1-2 count and 2 away. The right-hander Helsel comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a liner again, foul off to the right again. Mann late on a couple of fastballs here. That one triggers the jugs gun at 89. This will be pitch number 6 of the at-bat to Mann. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 2 away, first and third. Rockford already with 1 run in. They lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. The 1-2 from Helsel. Breaking ball is high. The count 2-2. It gets away from the catcher Thorne. And moving up to second base with no throw is Jake Vanderwall. Higgins stays put at third. That ball was well high and popped off the glove of Hunter Thorne behind the plate. And popped behind him. Did not get to the backstop. Third base coach and field manager Josh Kine not giving the go signal to Matt Higgins. And a smart call that was. Second and third with 2 out. 2-2 the count to Mann. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. It's off the runner going from second to third, Jake Vanderwall, and that's the out. It was to short. It would have been easily played by Jacob Hoover, but it hit off of Jake Vanderwall going from second to third, and that is the inning. So Rockford gets 1 run on 2 hits and strands 2 in the top of the first. They lead 1-0 here in Kalamazoo. 1-0 Rockford, bottom half of the first. Kalamazoo has Jacob Hoover, Jimmy Sullivan, and Shea Kramer up to face Jimmy Burnett for Rockford, bottom half of the first inning. For the Growlers, Dakota Katowski bats fourth. The right fielder, Fox Lium, the DH, bats fifth. Hunter Thorne bats sixth, the catcher. Anthony Coco bats seventh and plays third base. Brooks Catesy, the left fielder, bats eighth. And Michael Sears rounds it out, batting ninth, the second baseman. So the left-hander Burnett faces the right-hander Jacob Hoover for Kalamazoo, and the first pitch, a fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Jacob Hoover, the Michigan native from Hillsdale College, was 3 for 5 with a run yesterday. All 3 hits were singles. The 0-1 from Burnett, the pitch. Swing and a miss, another fastball, 0-2. Burnett triggering low 90s on his fastball as we're used to seeing. That one at 91 miles an hour. The left-hand pitcher set for the 0-2 on Jacob Hoover. And Burnett fires. It's on the inside corner for a strike. So 1, 2, and 3. 3 consecutive strikes for Jimmy Burnett. And Hoover is retired for out number 1. Burnett just blowing 3 fastballs right by Jacob Hoover. And there's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jimmy Sullivan, lefty on lefty battle here. And the first pitch to him, a fastball, outside corner at 93 miles an hour. And there's strike 1 to him. Sullivan, the center fielder today from Virginia, 2 for 5 last night. 0-1 pitch, another fastball. This one misses, and the count 1-1. That's the first ball from Burnett today. Burnett working quickly, count 1-1 on Sullivan, and the lefty fires. Swinging a fastball is foul. Off to the left side, a liner, 1-2. Sullivan batting .409 with 3 RBIs on the season. Has scored a run and tallied a hit in all 6 games. 1-2 is popped up, left side. This one goes out of play, pops near the bleachers and ends just short of them. And a bunch of kids going for that foul ball. And a young man picks it up. So the count 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out. Jimmy Sullivan at the plate facing Jimmy Burnett, the left-hander from Chicago, Illinois. Here's the 1-2 from Burnett, the pitch. Swinging a bouncer past the pitcher's mound between short and second base. Picked up in the hole by Jostin. Throws on to first, but it's well wide and late on the throw to Malik Williams. And Jimmy Sullivan has himself an infield hit. Sullivan put that ball just over the pitcher's mound. It hopped away from Burnett. It was in between second and short, just right over the second base bag. Tom Jostin, the second baseman, picked the ball up but had no play at first off his back foot. Communicating with Jeff Heinrich after the play was made as if to say that might have been Heinrich's ball. So that brings up Shea Kramer with Sullivan on first base with the infield hit and 1 away in the top of the first. The right-hander Kramer against the lefty Jimmy Burnett, who will deal from the stretch for the first time today. From the third base side of the pitching rubber, the lefty looks back at first base and deals the first pitch. It's well inside, a fastball, 1-0. Staying put at first is Sullivan as that ball escaped Nick Jouer, the catcher, for a moment. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Shea Kramer steps out, now back in. A square stance by the right-hander against the lefty Jimmy Burnett. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, a fastball up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike as Kramer chases. That one registers at 93 miles an hour. Jimmy Sullivan leads off first base. No stolen bases on the year for Sullivan. Shea Kramer, a .450 batter with 9 RBIs out of the University of Utah. The 1-1 pitch to him, swinging a foul ball lined off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Burnett going almost exclusively fastballs in this game, as was Caden Helsel in the top of the first. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kramer with Dakota Katowski, the man on deck for the Growlers here in the first. Burnett comes set letter high. Looks back at first, and the lefty fires the 1-2 to the plate. Swinging a ground ball foul off to the right side. Dakota Katowski, the man on deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away to Sullivan. Rather, Kramer with Sullivan on first base. 1-0 Rockford, bottom half of the first inning. Sullivan being held off by Malik Williams at first base. Glove extended, not a heavy lead for Sullivan. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Kramer is low in the dirt. Off speed that time, the count 2-2. Kids making noise all around us, stomping on the bleachers. This animated crowd here of youngins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The 2-2 from Burnett to Kramer is on the inside corner, strike 3 call. Kramer rung up with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball as Burnett dots the inside part of the plate for a second strikeout of this first inning. Both Jacob Hoover and Shea Kramer go down looking against Burnett, and there's 2 down in the first for Dakota Katowski. The cleanup and batting righty, the right fielder for Kalamazoo today. Freshman from Missouri State. Up with 2 out and 1 man on. The first pitch from Burnett. Swing and a miss, a fastball, swung right through it, count 0-1. Katowski playing his second game, played his first one yesterday, was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Batting once again in the cleanup hole. The first 4 batters unchanged in the lineup from yesterday to today. The 0-1 pitch to him. This is outside with the fastball, count 1-1. Katowski, 6'5", 230, the right-hander, native of Illinois. The count 1 ball and 1 strike to Katowski. Burnett sets and fires the 1-1. It's fouled away off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fox Lium on deck, the DH today. The bottom 5 of the order completely changed from yesterday to today. 5 new players, but the top 4 stays the same for manager Cody Pachaki of Kalamazoo. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Katowski. The pitch from Burnett, off speed on the outside corner, miss, 2-2. 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball from Burnett. A difference of almost 15 from fastball to breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sullivan leads off first base with 2 out. 2-2 the count to Katowski. And Burnett deals as well outside, gets away from the catcher Nick Jouer, and hopping over to second base is Jimmy Sullivan. That ball skipped all the way to the backstop off the glove of Jouer. A pitch well high and outside. And Sullivan moves to scoring position. The count runs full on Dakota Katowski. This will be pitch number 20 from Burnett. And pitch number 6 of the at-bat. Burnett with the ball at his waist, waits for the sign, has it and sets at the letters. The 3-2. Pitch on the way to Katowski. Swing and a miss. A low fastball fans Katowski. All 3 men go down by strikeouts against Jimmy Burnett. And Kalamazoo strands 1 man. No runs on 1 hits, no errors, 1 man left. 1-0 Rockford after the first inning. Rockford 1, Kalamazoo nothing. Homer Stryker Field, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rockford on top, they've got the early lead. And they've got 7, 8, and 9 coming up. Malik Williams, Tom Jostin, and Nick Figas here in the second inning. Malik Williams, who had a torrid start to the season, was hitless yesterday, 0 for 3 with a walk. 6 for 22 to start the year. So certainly not too shabby with the batting average of .273. Had a home run in just his second game of the season. That's been his only home run and only 2 RBIs. But has hits in 5 of his first 6 games. Batting 7th today, the lowest he's batted this season. Has played all but 1 game. Faces Caden Helsel, the right-hander. The first pitch to Williams is a check swing on the outside corner anyway, a fastball 0-1. Right-hander on right-hander. Malik Williams, 6'4", 230. First baseman from Toronto. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball that finds the plate again, 0-2. Malik committed to Lipscomb in Nashville, Tennessee, after 2 years at community college in Kansas. The 0-2 coming to Williams is high with a fastball 1-2. Williams lays off. One ball and 2 strikes. Helsel again working quickly. Both pitchers have in this game. And the pitch coming to Williams on the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball behind first base. First baseman Shea Kramer calls for it into foul ground. He goes and makes the catch near the dirt for the first out of the inning. Rockford got an RBI double for Matt Higgins at the top of the first inning to score Blake Burrows. Higgins and Jake Vanderwall both singled in the first inning, and those 2 were left stranded first and third. A runner's interference on Vanderwall going from second to third on an errand man ground ball. End of the inning. So Tom Jostin to bat, the left-hander, against the righty Helsel with 1 away. The first pitch to him is high and away for ball 1. Jostin, the 8th man up in the order, playing second base today. 0 for 4 yesterday. The 1-0 to Jostin, the pitch. A check swing, but he went around, strike 1. Jostin off a 3-hit night against Kokomo, and a 4 for 8 series with a home run and 3 RBIs against Kokomo in Indiana, but 0 for 4 yesterday. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. It's on the outside part of the plate with the fastball 1-2. Nick Figas is on deck. He ends the order for the first time for Rockford. The leadoff man, Blake Burrows, would bat in the hole. Here's 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball left side, and Jostin hits the stadium with that. Hits off the pole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Jostin. Another foul ball off to the left. Jostin getting laid on 1 once again. The left-handed batter. Jostin headed to UCF next season after a couple of years at Marshalltown Community College. A returning Rockford Rivet. 1-2 misses this time, a fastball, and it's 2-2. Was .308 with 11 home runs with Marshalltown this past season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Jostin on the way. It's low in the dirt, bounces to the catcher Thorne. The count 3-2 now. Full count. Pitch to Jostin on the way. Swinging a ground ball right to second baseman Michael Sears. Has it and throws on to first for the out. Hit that one just about directly at Sears, who scooped it up and tossed on over to his left. And there's 2 away here in the second inning. 1-0 Rockford. 1 run on 2 hits for the Rivets. No runs on 1 hit for Kalamazoo. And Nick Figas to round out the batting order for Rockford. The first time through. He'll face Caden Helsel, right-hander on right-hander. The first pitch to Figas is up and in for ball 1. Leaning out of the way, Figas on that one. Gets the start at left field today. 3 for 18 to begin the season. The 1-0 to him. Swinging a ground ball foul right side, 1-1. Figas last played 2 days ago against Kokomo, was 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored. 1 ball and 1 strike. Helsel deals to him. Swinging a pop-up. Left center field over in the gap. 2 men converge on it. Jimmy Sullivan in center field makes the catch, the center fielder, for the third out of the inning. Rockford down 1-2-3 in the home half of the second coming up. Bottom two in Kalamazoo, Michigan, 1-0 Rockford. Growlers went down with one infield hit and 3 strikeouts against Jimmy Burnett, who has been dealing through 1 inning. They'll face 5, 6, and 7 up in the order for Kalamazoo. Here in the home second, Fox Liam gets things started. The DH today for the Growlers. Left-hander against the lefty Jimmy Burnett, and Burnett deals the first pitch. Swing and a miss. A fastball at 91. Count no balls and a strike. Liam DHing, playing for the first time in this series. Burnett from the third base side of the rubber, kicks and deals the 0-1 pitch. It's on the outside part of the plate, a strike, 0-2. The 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of the Kalamazoo order, Fox Liam, the 5th man up, are all different compared to yesterday's lineup, but the first 4 remain the same and in the same order. No balls and 2 strikes. Burnett deals. Popped up foul, left side, heads out of play. Behind the stadium, count 0-2 still. Second start of the year for Jimmy Burnett. Is 1-0 on the season. Pitched 5 innings against the Raptors all the way back on Wednesday. In game 2 of the doubleheader, went 5 scoreless innings. 0-2 the count, the pitch. And Liam strikes out. Off speed from Burnett, nasty, low and away. 4th strikeout of the game for Jimmy Burnett. Well, Burnett allowed 3 unearned runs in that game against the Raptors. Was a 5-3 Rockford victory, but none of them were earned. A couple of fielding errors allowed the Raptors to get back in the game, and Burnett was not charged with any of those runs. So no earned runs on 5 strikeouts and 2 hits. Also walked 1. So taking an ERA of 0 into Kalamazoo for start number 2 and a 1-0 record. Hunter Thorne, the catcher, sends one over the head of Malik Williams at first base down the right field line for a base hit. Jake Vanderwall cuts it off near the first base line in shallow right field. And Hunter Thorne has a hit on the first pitch he sees from Jimmy Burnett. Second base knock of the game for Kalamazoo. Jimmy Sullivan stranded at second base back in the first inning after an infield hit. And that brings up Anthony Coco. Left-hander Coco against the lefty Jimmy Burnett. Third baseman today for Kalamazoo. And from the stretch, Burnett looks back at first and fires the first pitch. It's well outside with the fastball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. No stolen bases for Hunter Thorne this season. He'll take his lead off at first. Held on by Malik Williams. Williams, who has picked off 2 guys already this season. Here's the 1-0. The set and the delivery to Coco, the pitch. on the outside part, just misses away in the count 2-0. Coco 1 for 9 on the season. Did not play yesterday. Junior from Grand Valley State University. 2-0. Burnett sets and fires to Coco the 2-0 pitch. It's up and in, ball 3. A fastball again. And Burnett gets behind 3-0. Burnett has struck out 4, hasn't walked anybody. Thorne leads off first base. The 3-0 coming to Coco. It's high and inside, and that is ball 4. Burnett walked only 1 man in 5 innings his last start. Surrenders 1 here to Coco, and 2 men are aboard with 1 away for Kalamazoo. That'll bring up Brooks Ketsey, 8th man in the order, the right-hander, the left fielder from Notre Dame. Native of Illinois, the freshman at 6'1", stands in against Jimmy Burnett, who has 2 men on base behind him and 1 man out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, 1-0 Rockford. Burnett looks back to second base and deals the first pitch to Ketsey. It misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. Ketsey on the year batting .071, 1 for 14. He's hitless in his last 3 games. Burnett comes set at the letters. 1-0 the count. Burnett stares at second base a couple of times and deals the pitch. Runners don't go. Pitches on the inside corner with a fastball, 1-1. Michael Sears on deck to round out the Kalamazoo order. Both teams with 2 hits in this game. 1-0 Rockford lead. Thorne at second base. Coco at first with 1 man out. 1-1 the count to Ketsey, and stepping off the pitcher's mound for a couple of seconds is Jimmy Burnett. Nobody being held on either base. Infield at double play depth with 1 away, and first and second. 1-1 the count, and the pitch to Ketsey is inside in the dirt. Skips away for a moment from Nick Jouer, but runners do not go. Count 2-1. Burnett from the University of Illinois. Brooks Ketsey from Notre Dame. Both natives of Illinois. 2-1 the count to Brooks Ketsey from Burnett. The left-hander sets and deals the 2-1. It misses high and away with a fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Again, Michael Sears on deck. Burnett looking to avoid loading the bases here in the 2nd inning. His team up 1-0 in front of a packed house here in Kalamazoo. 3 balls and 1 strike. Burnett comes set. And the pitch. Misses low and away in the dirt to Jouer, and the count, and Ketsey walks on the play. It's a 5-pitch walk. And that'll bring up Michael Sears. Back-to-back walks issued by Jimmy Burnett, and that brings out pitching coach Adam Carey and catcher Nick Jouer for a conversation on the mound. A good time to do just that, with Michael Sears coming to the plate. Sears, who was just 1 for 16 on the season, but in a big spot with the sacrifice fly in effect here for Kalamazoo. And Burnett off his game here in the 2nd inning. Struck out the first man, Fox Leum, and has surrendered 3 consecutive base runners. So Jouer trots back and sets up behind home plate. Still standing now as Burnett steps onto the third base side of the pitching rubber. And Jouer ready to take his squatted position as Michael Sears, the right-handed batter, steps up against Burnett. Burnett from the windup here with the bases loaded. Sets at the letters and kicks and fires the first pitch. It's on the inside corner, a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Michael Sears again 1 for 16 on the year. Began the season 0 for 13, but 1 for 3 his last game played a couple of nights ago at Kenosha, game 2 of that doubleheader. Here's the 0-1 to Sears. Swing and a miss at a fastball. The ball skips away from the catcher, Burnett. No balls and 2 strikes. Jacob Hoover on deck. Bases loaded with 1 out. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 1-0 Rockford. Ketzi at first base, Coco at second, Thorne at third with 1 out. And Michael Sears behind in the count, 0-2 against Burnett, who has struck out 4 men today. Burnett has the sign and deals the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball, a liner out to the right. Behind the bleachers on the first base side, and the count holds 0-2. Right facing adversity for the first time in this game. See if Burnett can get out of it. No balls and 2 strikes. To Mike Sears. Burnett a long hold. And steps out as time is called. Sears wants some extra time to think. With the count, no balls and 2 strikes on him against the hard-throwing lefty, Jimmy Burnett. Burnett kicks and fires the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a liner past third base. It is a foul ball. Just fouled by the glove of Aaron Mann. Would have gone for at least 2 bases and perhaps cleared the bases. But Mike Sears ripped one just foul down the third base line. And the count holds 0-2. Five pitch at bat now on Michael Sears. The count still 0-2. Burnett winds and fires again. Swinging a ground ball between first and second, threw it for a base hit. Vanderbilt charges in to cut it off. Second run coming home. The throw to Juer. One hops to him, and it's in time to get him. Hunter Thorne came home from third. Coco looked to make it 2 runs on the play. He's cut down well before he gets to home plate. 1 run does come home on an RBI single by Michael Sears, and the game is tied at 1. But a big play by Jake Vanderwall to record the 2nd out. Vanderwall showing off his arm in right field. It was a shallow ground ball. Vanderwall rushed in to cut it off. Brooks Ketzi moves up to third base as Mike Sears is on aboard at first with his 2nd hit of the season and his 3rd RBI. He's up with 2 out. Now Jacob Hoover. A game even at 1 here in Kalamazoo. Burnett with time taken, throws back to second base. Looking to perhaps appeal, I'm not really sure. So with 2 away, Jacob Hoover to come up. Hoover struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1 on the game. The redshirt junior from Hillsdale College. Against the lefty Burnett, who fires the first pitch. It misses away with a fastball, ball 1. Ketzi at third base, Sears at first with 2 men out. Sears who had the RBI single. He's got 3 RBIs in his last 2 games after starting the year 0 for 13. 1-0 pitch to Hoover on the way. It bounces in the dirt. A breaking ball, but Juer covers it up, and the count is 2-0. Jimmy Sullivan on deck. He had the first hit of the game for Kalamazoo. 1-1 score here in the 2nd inning in front of a crowd of more than 3,000. 3,229 here at Homer Stryker Field on a Tuesday morning. 2 balls and no strikes, the count to Jake Hoover. And the pitch. Fouled away off to the right. Count 2-1. Yesterday's crowd of 1,091 exceeded almost 3-fold by today's crowd of 3,229. A large amount of kids in attendance. Youngsters seeing their Kalamazoo Growlers even at 1 with Rockford, bottom of the 2nd inning. 2-1 the pitch to Hoover. Swinging a pop-up, fouled away again, right side. Out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Burnett trying to avoid any further damage. Keeping this game tied. First and third with 2 men out. 2-2 to Jacob Hoover, the leadoff man for Kalamazoo. Burnett stares back at first base, sets at the letters, and fires the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. A breaking ball finds the top half of the plate. Jimmy Burnett going off speed to strike out Jacob Hoover for the 2nd time today. He's got 5 through 2 innings but Kalamazoo even things up at 1. We head to the third inning. 1-1 our score. Kalamazoo evens the game up at 1 apiece with a run on a couple of hits in the bottom half of the second inning. Top of the order for Rockford, Blake Burrows, Nick Juer, and Matt Higgins to face Caden Helsel to begin the third inning. And the first pitch to the lefty Burrows is a fastball that misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Burrows scored a run after he drew a full count walk to lead off the game. A Matt Higgins RBI double brought Burrows home. The 1-0 pitch misses away, 2-0 with a fastball again. Burrows, the Kansas State Wildcat, in the leadoff spot after serving as the 9th hitter the last 4 games for Rockford. Here's the 2-0 to Burrows. Fastball in there outside Black, 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Helsel winds and deals. It's well outside a fastball at 88. 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). Fastball in there, 3-2. Again, a payoff pitch will come to Blake Burrows. Nick Juer is on deck. Burrows walked in a 3-2 count his first time up. Count full once again on him. And the 3-2 from Helsel is hit over the shortstop. It's caught there on a short line drive by Jacob Hoover. Soft liner. And Hoover makes the catch near the outfield grass for the first out of inning number 3. That'll bring up Nick Juer, who was 0 for 1 today, the Rockford catcher. A ground out on a comebacker his first time up. Pitch number 50 coming for Caden Helsel through 2 1/3. It's on the way to Juer, and it's a fastball on the outside part of the plate. No balls and a strike. Oh, 1 from Helsel. Pitch is lined foul, left side, 0-2. Game number 8 for both these teams. Growlers at 4-3, Rockford at 3-4. Kalamazoo on 3 straight wins. Rivets have lost 2 straight for the first time this year. Here's the 0-2 to Juer. The pitch is outside with a fastball, just misses. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rivets shut out yesterday for the 3rd time this season. 3 of their 4 losses have been shutouts. Here's the 1-2 to Juer. Swinging a ground ball down to short, scooped up by Hoover, takes a step and throws across for the 6-3 putout, 2 away. Both balls hit in this inning to shortstop Jacob Hoover, and there's 2 men quickly away here in the 3rd. That'll bring up Matt Higgins for Rockford, who began the scoring in the first inning. 1 for 1 with an RBI double is Matt Higgins. One of only 2 Rockford hits. First pitch coming is grounded down to third base. Short ground ball for Coco, steps in and throws from the edge of the grass for the putout to retire the inning. So Rockford down 1-2-3. 8 consecutive Rivets have gone down in the order. Still 1-1 our score, headed to the bottom half of the third. Home half of the third here in Kalamazoo. A 1-1 game here at Homer Stryker Field in Western Michigan. In front of a crowd of, again, more than 3,200 people here. Jimmy Sullivan leads things off against Jimmy Burnett. Jimmy on Jimmy to begin the third, and the first pitch is swung and flied out to left side. A hard charge and a catch made by Nick Figus out in left field. Got a good jump on it and ran near the foul line, where the catch was made in fair territory on the line drive. And Sullivan lines out to begin the third inning for Kalamazoo. Growlers with 3 runs, rather 1 run on 3 hits. Rockford with 1 run on 2 hits. No errors for either team. Jimmy Burnett and Caden Helsel have both done pretty well on the mound, but pitch counts have been up. 45 pitches on Burnett through 2 1/3. So here's Shea Kramer to bat. The Utah Ute, first pitch taken outside a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Kramer 0 for 1, a looking K, his first time up, back in the first inning. 429 hitter with 9 RBIs on the season. In the 3 spot today, 1-0 coming to Kramer. It's well inside, a breaking ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0. 1 man out, bottom half of the third, in an even game. 2-0 the count to Kramer. Fastball swung and foul off to the right. Ends up out of play, 2-1. Dakota Katowski on deck for Kalamazoo. 2, 3, and 4 guys up here in the third inning. Growlers a 3-0 win yesterday on the heels of a complete game shutout. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch, and Kramer sends one back up the mound. It's caught by Burnett, who flips on to first to retire Shea Kramer. That one hop, short hop, Jimmy Burnett in the front of the pitcher's mound. A nice scoop by the left-hander, and an easy put out to first for Jimmy Burnett to retire Shea Kramer. And there's out number 2. That sends Dakota Katowski to the plate, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout himself. 5 Ks in the game for Burnett against 2 walks. Katowski steps in and takes the first pitch, and it's a fastball outside, 1-0. Katowski playing a second game out of Missouri State. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch from Burnett on the way. Loops in for a ball just high at the letters, 2-0. Katowski just called up yesterday after being the conference freshman of the year for Missouri State. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch to him from Burnett. Swinging a liner out to right field. That's down for a base hit near the line. Won't go to second base, and that ball falls in front of the right fielder Jake Vanderwall. And on with a single is Dakota Katowski with 2 away. So Katowski called up yesterday, and he's got a hit in both games he's played for Kalamazoo. A 2-out base runner for Fox Lium, the DH. Fox Lium 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up to lead off the second inning for Kalamazoo. Up with 2 men out, and Katowski leading off first. And Burnett's first pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 0-1. Lium from North Iowa Area Community College. A Coastal Carolina commit from Minnesota. Burnett sets, and here's the 0-1 to Liam. Breaking ball that misses, 1 ball on 1 strike. Liam off a .392 season with 24 home runs and 69 RBIs in community college level. 1 ball and 1 strike from Burnett. He sets letter high and deals the 1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball drops in for a strike. 1-2, so he missed the first breaking ball off the plate. Drops the second one in there, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Liam, with Hunter Thorne, the catcher, on deck for Kalamazoo. 1-1 ball game, bottom half of the third. Katowski leads off first base. 1-2 with 2 out. The pitch to Liam from Burnett. Swinging a pop-up. Straight back, ends up out of play. .65 degrees and cloudy here in Kalamazoo on a Tuesday morning. 11:05 start time. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Liam, and Burnett fires the pitch. Breaking ball on the inside corner, strike 3 call. Burnett working with the breaking ball to get Fox Liam 6 Ks for Burnett, and we are through 3, 1-1 our score, Kalamazoo and Rockford. Top 4 here in Kalamazoo. Our score, Rockford Rivets 1 and the Kalamazoo Growlers 1. Jimmy Burnett with 6 strikeouts through 3 innings for Rockford. Growlers with 4 hits to Rockford's 2. Jake Vanderwall leads off the 4th inning for Rockford. Swings and lines one deep into right field. Near the warning track goes Katowski. This ball is gone. Foul. It's gone. Just inside the foul line for Jake Vanderwall. Not sure if that ball was fair or foul, but it landed on the concourse beyond the right field wall, the 330 sign, and just inside the foul pole to give Rockford a 2-1 lead, a solo shot. Jake Vanderwall tucks that pitch fair. And for Vanderwall, that's home run number 2. He pulls one right down the line in right field on the first pitch he sees from Caden Helzel to put Rockford up 2-1. What a rip from Vanderwall, who's still batting more than .500 on the season. That's home run number 2 for him. Now Jeff Heinrich steps in and grounds the first pitch foul left side. Heinrich has a home run himself this season. Came back on Friday against Traverse City. Vanderwall also had a home run in that game. A 3-home run game for Rockford hitters. 0-1 pitch, loops on the inside corner but misses. Ball 1 to Heinrich, count 1-1. So Rockford reclaims the lead just like that on the first pitch. Jake Vanderwall, the right fielder, sees. Sends one over the right field wall. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball fair this time, down to third. Scooped up by Coco on the backhand, throws across the diamond on a line drive to get him. Nice throw by Anthony Coco, and there is one away. It's 3:30 down the right field line. That ball cleared that and bounced onto the pavement on the concourse near the entrance here at Homer Stryker Field. 400 to dead center field and 306 down the left field line here in Kalamazoo. That ball had plenty of pop on it. The only question was, would it be foul? And it did. First pitch to Aaron Mann, a check swing high and away on a fastball. He did not go around. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Aaron Mann, a runner's interference out in the first inning. It hit off of Jake Vanderwall running from second to third. 1-0 the pitch is grounded foul left side. 1-1. That ball that Mann hit would have been playable by the shortstop, Jacob Hoover, but hit off of Vanderwall's back leg as he was running from second to third base. And the out recorded that way instead. 1-1 the count. The pitch is well inside. It hit him. That one grazed the left leg of the right-hander Aaron Mann. The pitch was just about behind Mann on that. And Mann contacted with the baseball, and he'll reach first base on the hit batsman. First hit by pitch of the year for Mann. It's a Rockford team that's been hit by just 5 pitches this entire season. Less than 1 per game. That brings up Malik Williams with Aaron Mann on first base. Williams, who has a 2-run home run to his name, that came on opening day. First pitch to Williams, swinging a fly ball right side, out of play. Rockford a 2-1 lead. An RBI double by Matt Higgins in the first inning. Now a Jake Vanderwall leadoff home run here in the fourth. The right-hander Malik Williams up against the right-hander Caden Helzel. The count is no balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Williams. Breaking ball swung at and foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Thorne. Count goes to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Williams. The Lipscomb commit from Toronto. Helzel sets and fires the pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to second base. Sears has it there. Goes to first for the putout. Moving up to second base on the play is Aaron Mann. But Williams is retired, and that's out number 2. That'll bring up Tom Jostin now. 8th man up in the order for the Rockford Rivets. 0 for 1 on the day, the second baseman. That's with 1 man on second base, Aaron Mann, and 2 men away. A 2-1 Rockford lead, top of the 4th. Jostin gets the first pitch and takes on the outside a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Jostin, the UCF commit from Marshalltown Community College. Hitless yesterday, 0 for 1 today. 1-0 from Helzel. The pitch is well outside a fastball, again misses. 2-0. Up to 66 pitches now is Hayden Kelzel. 41 of them strikes. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch is low to Jostin. 3 balls and no strikes. That pitch in the dirt. Nick Figas on deck for Rockford. Count is 3 balls and no strikes on Jostin, who's 0 for 1 today. 261 hitter with 3 RBIs. Has Mann in scoring position at second base. The 3-0 to him is taken right down the middle for strike 1. Count 3 balls and a strike. So 3-1 to Tom Jostin. Helzel sets letter high and fires the 3-1. Swinging a liner down the right field line. That's through for a base hit just inside the foul line. Going around to score Aaron Mann. The second base goes Tom Jostin, and he's got a stand-up double. So Tom Jostin, who had a 3-hit game just a couple of games ago, knocks an RBI double in to make Rockford up 3-1. That brings in Aaron Mann from second base. A rip down the right field line for Tom Jostin that ended up near the corner in the bullpen. And that brings up Nick Figas. 2 runs across in the inning for Rockford. They lead 3-1 here in the 4th. The right-hander Nick Figas, the left fielder for Rockford, 9th man up in the order. And the first pitch loops in outside and high. 1 ball and no strikes. RBIs in this game for Matt Higgins and Tom Jostin, both RBI doubles. And of course the home run by Vanderwall. 1-0 pitch coming, and Figas shoots it foul right side on an inside fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big response by Rockford after Growlers put up a run back in the second inning to even Rockford's first inning tally. 4 hits aside, a 3-run Rockford lead. 1-1 to Figas is well inside on a fastball at 89. Figas contorts out of the way. The count's 2-1. Blake Burrows on deck. This is the second time through the Rivets batting order today. 2 balls and a strike to Nick Figas. Jostin leads off second, and the pitch to Figas is in for a strike. Off speed that time, and the count 2-2. The pitch on the inside corner. 2-2 with 2 out, and Jostin on second base. 3-1 Rockford, top of the 4th inning here in Kalamazoo. Elzel sets and deals the 2-2 pitch. Well high to Figas. Nice catch by Hunter Thorne behind home plate. That ball well above his head. And the count 3-2. Big payoff to come with the leadoff man Blake Burrows on deck. 3-2 to Nick Figas. 158 hitter with 1 RBI out of Illinois Wesleyan. 3-2 with 2 out. Here comes the payoff pitch. And no pitch is called. Time was called on the play by Nick Figas as the pitch was about to be thrown. And no pitch on the play. It would have gone in for a strike. But the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes to Figas. Elzel will do it again. And the payoff pitch is low and inside. A fastball in the dirt. That's ball 4. And Figas draws a walk. Top of the order coming up for Rockford now. Blake Burrows, the center fielder, with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th. First and second. And Kalamazoo already having giving up 2 runs in the inning. There was action in the bullpen for the last couple of minutes, and we'll see if that's all for Caden Helzel. The entire infield, head coach Cody Bachanki coming out there. The ball has not been taken, though, from Helzel, so it appears as if he'll be getting at least this inning to work with here. Helzel at 75 pitches through 3 2/3 for Kalamazoo. All 3 runs earned on 4 hits, no strikeouts and 2 walks. Bachanki steps back off the mound, and the rest of the infield does so as well. And with action in the Rockford bullpen, rather the Kalamazoo bullpen, nobody up for Rockford. It'll be Blake Burrows to bat with first and second and 2 men away here in the top half of the 4th inning. Burrows 0 for 1, drew a leadoff walk to start this game on a 3-2 count and came around to score. Up with 2 on and 2 out. Helzel from the stretch, the first base side of the pitching rubber against the left-hander Burrows. The first pitch to him is line foul left side, out of play. Count 0-1. Burrows from Kansas State, native of Weatherford, Texas, about 60 miles outside of Dallas to the west. No balls and 1 strike to Burrows. The 0-1 pitch. Loops on the outside corner, misses, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. Helzel sets and fires the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to second base. Michael Sears has it there and flips on to first for the putout to retire the side. So for Rockford, 2 runs on 2 hits. They strand 2 but take a 3-run lead. 3-1 our score. Head to the bottom half of the 4th. Rockford 3, Kalamazoo 1, bottom half of the 4th inning. Rockford with 2 runs on a couple of hits. They do strand 2 in the 4th inning, but get a Jake Vanderwall home run to right field, a solo shot to lead off the inning, and a Tom Jostin RBI double. So 3-1 our score. Hunter Thorne to face Jimmy Burnett to begin inning number 4 for Kalamazoo. And the first pitch to the right-hander is in for a strike on a fastball at 89 miles an hour, the count 0-1. Burnett maintaining his high 80s, low 90s speed. He's reached as high as 93 on the radar gun today. 0-1 to the catcher Thorne. The pitch from Burnett. Fastball is inside, bounces to Jouer. The count 1-1. Thorne 1 for 1 with a run scored today, a single in the 2nd inning. The catcher from Purdue Northwest, the junior from Indiana. 5 for 20, 250 average with 4 RBIs. 1-1 is fouled away right side, a line drive that just clears the first base side bleachers. Count 1-2. Anthony Coco and Brooks Ketsey to follow for Kalamazoo. Their 1 run came across in the 2nd inning. They've gotten 4 hits in the game, as has Rockford, but the Rivets lead 3-1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man Thorne. The pitch from Burnett. Swinging a liner. First base side. It's foul and over the head of the first base coach for Kalamazoo, who had to duck down out of the way. Wide of the first base bag. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Burnett with 6 strikeouts today and 2 walks. He's been dealing so far. Here's the 1-2 to Thorne. The pitch from Burnett. Called strike 3. Fastball from Burnett freezes Thorne. 7 strikeouts for Burnett today. A penchant for getting guys looking. That's 4 backwards Ks in the game out of 7 total for Burnett. Burnett struck out 5 in 5 innings his first start, which he won against Wisconsin Rapids back on Tuesday. He's got 7 today and just 2 walks in the 4th inning of work. So here's Anthony Coco, left-handed batter, swings and misses a first pitch curveball, and the count is 0-1. Burnett really changing up the speeds here, but still blowing fastballs by these Growler hitters. 0-1 the count to Coco, the pitch from Burnett. Missed outside another breaking ball. Count is 1-1 just off the plate. Coco 0 for 0 his first plate appearance. Walked and reached third base, was thrown out trying to get to home. His first time out. 1-0 pitch is inside with a fastball. Ducking out of the way and turning his back is Coco, and the count moves to 2-1. Coco from Grand Valley State University. Native of Homer Glen, Illinois, southwest of Chicago. 2-1 pitch to him. Missed outside, another breaking ball. Count 3 balls and a strike. Burnett with 66 pitches on him, 40 strikes. Keeping the pitch count relatively low in this 4th inning. 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner, a fastball. 3-2 now to Coco. And Burnett works the count back to full. It'll be a payoff to Coco, lefty on lefty battle. Brooks Ketsey on deck for Kalamazoo. The 3-2 pitch, missed low, ball 4. A fastball at 88 miles an hour, missed below the knees, and Coco draws a walk for the 2nd time today. He's walked both times he's been up. And that brings up Brooks Ketsey as the potential tying run for Kalamazoo. Down by 2, bottom 4. Ketsey 0 for 0 with a walk. Took a 5-pitch walk back in the 2nd inning for Kalamazoo. The 3rd walk by Burnett, who struck out 7 batters. First pitch to Ketsey is high with a fastball. Head high, count 1-0. The right-hander Ketsey, the left-hander Jimmy Burnett. No one warming up in the Rockford bullpen right now with Burnett's pitch count at 69. 1-0 the count to Ketsey. And Burnett's pitch. Outside, missed with a fastball. Count is 2-0. Final game of a 4-game road stretch, the first road trip of the year for Rockford. They head home for 7 straight, starting tomorrow with a 2-game series against Traverse City. 2-0 the count to Ketsey. Burnett looks at first, now deals a fastball inside. It kicks away from the catcher Jouer, and moving up to second base on the play is Coco. That nearly grazed the right foot of Ketsy, but did not, and was away from the catcher, Jouer, and bounced back to the backstop on a ball that was planted by Burnett. And 3-0 the count to Ketsy. Michael Sears, the man on deck. Coco leads off second base, not being held on. Burnett looks back at him, now deals the 3-0 pitch. It misses outside, ball 4 with a fastball, and a 4-pitch walk to Ketsy. So back in the second inning when Kalamazoo got their only run, Anthony Coco and Brooks Ketsy were walked back-to-back by Burnett. The same thing has happened here in the fourth inning, and that once again draws a conversation between pitcher and catcher. No Adam Carey this time, but Jouer and Burnett talk things over here with Mike Sears coming to the plate. Singled in the only Kalamazoo run his last time up. That was after the 2 men walked in the second inning. For Kalamazoo, they remain home for a game tomorrow against Battle Creek and then go to Battle Creek on Thursday. And after that, it's 2 games in Rockford. Friday and Saturday, these 2 teams meet for the first time at Rivets Stadium. Each team playing 6 games at the other's ballpark and 6 games of their own. A 12-game head-to-head slate. Kalamazoo won the first yesterday, 3-0. So here's Michael Sears, right-handed batter against the lefty Burnett. 1 for 1 with an RBI single his first time up. Up with 1 out and 2 men on base. The first pitch to him is inside with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. Coco at second base, Brooks Ketsy at first with 1 man out. Burnett being tested once again here in the fourth inning with 2 men on base. Infield looking to turn 2. Everyone played behind the backs. 1-0 count to Sears in the pitch. Is on the outside corner, a strike, a fastball. Count evens at 1-1. Michael Sears from Cincinnati, Ohio, out of Sinclair Community College in Dayton, where he batted .389 this past season. Has RBIs in back-to-back games and 3 on the season. 1-1 pitch to him, swing and a miss. Swung right through a fastball on the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-2 on Sears. The freshman Sears began the year 0 for 13, but was 1 for 3 in his last game with 2 RBIs. Has an RBI single today. 1-2 the count to the 9th man up in the order, Sears. With 1 man away, men on first and second against Jimmy Burnett. From the third base side of the pitching rubber, Burnett sets and fires the 1-2 pitch. Swing at a ground ball that's foul, right back to the backstop, and we'll do it again. 76 pitches now on Burnett. I'd imagine he won't go past 5, maybe 6. One ball and 2 strikes. Michael Sears steps back in. Burnett waits, now has his sign. Sets letter high, looks back at second base, and fires the 1-2 pitch. It's low and away. Gets away from Jouer, who can't see the ball behind the home plate umpire, and both runners move up. A wild pitch once again by Jimmy Burnett. That ball got away from Jouer the second time in this inning and got behind him. It was behind the home plate umpire, that being Tyler Thurmond. And Jouer couldn't see the ball for about a second or 2, and that allows both runners to move up bases. Count 2-2 now on Michael Sears. Ketsy at second base, Coco at third. 3-1 our score. Rockford leading by 2, but Kalamazoo is the tying run at second base with 1 man out here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 with 2 out. Burnett a long delay before getting the sign from Jouer. And the lefty sets and deals the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Burnett rings up another one. 8 strikeouts from Burnett. The breaking ball working so well for him today. That's 5 looking Ks for the left-hander from Illinois. A monster out by Burnett. Takes away a sacrifice fly situation, but still second and third for Jacob Hoover, who has struck out twice looking today. He's 0 for 2. 8 Ks for Burnett today and 4 walks. The shortstop Hoover, the first pitch. Breaking ball that's popped up first base side. In foul ground, Malik Williams near the first base dugout. The ball hits outside the dugout, out of play. about maybe 5 feet past the out-of-bounds railing. And so Williams had no play on that ball. Count no balls and 1 strike to Jacob Hoover. Again, 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking both times he's been up against Jimmy Burnett. He is certainly not alone in being fanned watching. 8 strikeouts, 5 looking for Jimmy Burnett. 0-1 the count to Hoover. The right-hand batter against the lefty Burnett on the mound. Dealing from the windup is Burnett with men on second and third and 2 men away. Pitch number 80 coming up as an 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball grounded down to third. Nice scoop by Mann. Throws across to away the first and gets the out there. Jimmy Burnett escapes a second and third 1-out jam, a strikeout and a ground out, and through 4 it's 3-1 Rockford. Top 5 at Homer Stryker Field. Rockford leading 3-1 over the Kalamazoo Growlers. A pitching change coming for the Growlers here. Alex McCutcheon, left-handed thrower, comes into the game for Kalamazoo after Caden Helzel allowed 3 runs over the span of 4 innings of work. A pitch count of 78, but Helzel gets the pull. And so Alex McCutcheon comes in with his team trailing 3-1 and facing 2-3-4 in the Rockford order. Nick Jouer to bat. Switch hitter batting from the right side, takes a first pitch just inside with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Jouer batted from the left side his first 2 times up. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts today. 1 ball and no strikes to Jouer. McCutcheon's pitch is well outside a fastball again, 2-0. Fastball in the mid to upper 80s from McCutcheon. That one at 87 miles an hour. Lefty on righty, McCutcheon deals the 2-0. Swinging a liner between short and third, through for a base hit. Rolls to Brooks Ketzi at left field, and Nick Jouer is his first hit of the game. A leadoff base hit for Rockford here in the 4th. And that's the 5th hit of the season for Nick Jouer. Just line one that bounced on the first blade of grass in the outfield between short and third. No chance for the Kalamazoo infielders to make a play, and Nick Jouer lines the base hit to start the 5th inning for Rockford. That brings up the DH Matt Higgins, who's 1 for 2 today. McCutcheon's first pitch is low and away, bounces in the dirt, scooped up by Hunter Thorne behind the plate. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Higgins doubled his first time up to score Blake Burrows. A ground out to third his last time. 1 ball and no strikes to Higgins the pitch. Inside at the letters, a fastball for ball 2, 2-0. And for the second straight batter, McCutcheon falls behind 2-0. Alex McCutcheon, a left-hand thrower, 6'0", 185 from Huntington University in Huntington, Indiana. Playing for his hometown school. Second appearance of the season for McCutcheon. The 2-0 pitch loops on the inside corner, called a ball, 3-0 on Matt Higgins. McCutcheon wearing 30 in yellow for Kalamazoo. 3 balls and no strikes. Jouer leads off first base. See if Higgins takes all the way here on 3-0 from the lefty McCutcheon. The pitch on the way. He takes on the outside corner a fastball. That's strike 1. Count 3 balls and 1 strike. Kalamazoo wearing their yellow jerseys today with blue numerals and blue lettering with white pants. Rockford in all grays today, gold numerals and lettering. Rockford across the front. Throwback on first base, Jouer not sleeping. Count is 3-1 on Matt Higgins. Jake Vanderwall, the home run hitter, is on deck for Rockford. 3 balls and 1 strike. Higgins sends one to second base. A short line drive that's caught on a flare by the second baseman. Sears charges in front of the second base bag to put that one away. And Matt Higgins retired. That brings up Jake Vanderwall. McCutcheon, now a left-handed hitter, thrower, will face 4 lefties in the Rockford order, with Nick Jouer switch hitting, batting from the right side this time. A good matchup here as 1, 3, and 4 in the Rockford order bat left-handed, and Jake Vanderwall, the 4th man, one of them. 2 for 2 today, a single and a home run to right field his last time up, a solo shot, his second of the season, batting a cool .563 on the year. Up with 1 man on and 1 man out here in the 5th. First pitch is in the dirt, a breaking ball, lays off for ball 1. Vanderwall from Long Beach State, native of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Not far from here. 6'0" left-hander. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch from McCutcheon. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside gets him. Count 1-1. Jake Vanderwall has hit now all 5 of his games he's played. Again, when you're batting .563, it's pretty easy to imagine. 1 ball and 1 strike. McCutcheon sets and fires to Vanderwall. Lays off on a high fastball, 2-1. Jeff Heinrich on deck for Rockford. Our score 3-1 Rivets here in the 5th inning. Row to half for Rockford. Burnett dealing on the opposite side for the Rivets here. 2 balls and a strike, the pitch to Vanderwall. Swinging a liner over first base, it's foul. Into the right field bullpen for Kalamazoo. Rockford's bullpen and dugout on the third base side. Kalamazoo's on the first base side. Different with every park. In Kokomo, it was the opposite way around. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 man out. Against the dangerous cleanup man, Jake Vanderwall. Lefty on lefty battle, 2-2 coming the pitch. Breaking ball is inside, just missing that time as McCutcheon. Count 3-2. 71-mile-an-hour breaking ball. His fastball runs about 85, 86. And the count runs full on Vanderwall. With Heinrich on deck for Rockford, 3-2 with 1 man out. Jouer off first base. Looks back on him again, does McCutcheon. Now, Jouer has only 1 stolen base on the season, but a speedy guy at 5'8". A catcher with some wheels for Rockford. 3-2 with 1 man out to Jake Vanderwall. The pitch from McCutcheon. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 73-mile-an-hour breaking ball from Vanderwall dropped right in there, and Vanderwall caught, swinging way too early at that. After McCutcheon had just missed with another breaking ball in the similar position, he gets the first strikeout here, and that's the first Rockford Rivet to go down by the K today. Helsel struck out no man and walked 2. 1 strikeout here for Alex McCutcheon, the left-handed reliever. First pitch to Heinrich is popped up on the right side of the infield between first and second base. Second baseman calls for it. Catch made with 2 hands by Michael Sears, and that is the inning. Jeff Heinrich smacking his bat against the batter's box as he pops out to second base on the first pitch. Through 4.5, it's Rockford 3, Kalamazoo 1. Almost official here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Homer Striker Field. Jimmy Burnett returns to the mound for a 5th inning. Perhaps his last, perhaps not, we shall see. At 80 pitches, 47 strikes through 4 innings. 3-1 lead. Jimmy Sullivan swings at the first pitch, breaking ball in the dirt for strike 1. Sullivan is 1 for 2, the center fielder for Kalamazoo. Infield single back in the first. A line out to left field his last time at the plate. 0-1 the pitch to Sullivan. Loops outside, another breaking ball. Count 1-1. Well, let's look at the line for Burnett through 4 innings. He has struck out 8, walked 4, 1 earned run on 4 hits. Not bad. 1 ball, 1 strike the pitch. Another breaking ball, a half swing. Did he go around? Appeal down to first. Should be a third base umpire appeal. Did go around though, strike 2. Shea Kramer and Dakota Katowski to follow. 1-2 pitch, another check swing. Did not go this time. Ball bounced in the dirt away from Jouer. And on the appeal, he did not go. Count 2-2. Sullivan at .417 batting average from Virginia. 3 RBIs on the year. Native of Weathersfield, Connecticut. 6'5", 205. 2-2 pitch. Line between left and center field. Over in the gap comes Figus near the warning track, and he's back to make the catch while backpedaling. Perhaps the deepest fly ball we've seen by Kalamazoo hitters today. And Jimmy Sullivan taken care of on an opposite field shot by Nick Figus in left. That brings up Shea Kramer. Shea Kramer 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. Left-hander against right-hander. The right-hander Kramer, the lefty Burnett. The first pitch to Kramer from Jimmy Burnett is a swing and a miss at a fastball at the letters. Count is 0-1. Burnett still bringing the high 80s fastball at 89. Was reaching as high as 93 in the earlier innings today. At 86 pitches right now, 51 of them strikes. 0-1 coming to Kramer. Right down the inside, or the outside part, just missed with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kramer batting .409 with 9 RBIs on the year, the Utah Ute. 1-1 loops well outside, 75-mile-an-hour pitch that time, but well away from the reach of Jouer. That ball never broke. Count 2 balls and a strike. Rockford leading 3-1 here, bottom half of the 5th. 2-1 pitch coming, fastball swung on and flared to right field. In plenty of room there as Vanderwall knew the line. He's got it. In shallow right to put away Shea Kramer. Back-to-back flyouts to begin the 5th inning for Kalamazoo. That'll bring up Dakota Katowski. All for Burnett. Now at 89 pitches, you cannot begin a new inning in the Northwoods League if you're at 100 or more. And you cannot begin a new batter at 110. So if Burnett can fan Katowski here in quick order, he could go out for a 6th. First pitch to him, hit him on the left leg, right below the knee. Katowski is hit, and he'll trot on to first base. The first hit batsman for Burnett today. And Katowski takes his spot at first base with Fox Liam, the DH, up as the tying run here in the 5th with 2 out. Liam is 0 for 2, and Burnett has certainly won the first 2 battles with him. Back-to-back strikeouts, 1 swinging and 1 looking against the DH. Lefty on lefty here. First pitch to Liam, loops in for a strike on the inside corner. Again, that nasty breaking ball in the mid-70s, that one at 74. No problem for Burnett, count 0-1. Liam just frozen. 0-1 from Burnett. Sets letter high and deals the pitch. Another one inside, a fastball this time, and not going is Liam. Count 1-1, that ball just below the letters. Katowski off of first base. And Fox Liam at the plate. 1-1 pitch to him. Breaking ball is tapped to the pitcher's mound. Fielded at second base by a hard-charging Joseph. Throws on to first for the out. That ball got under the glove of Jimmy Burnett. Joseph charged in to pick up that ball in the shallow infield dirt and threw one on a line drive right to Malik Williams to retire Liam just in the nick of time and keep this game at 3-1. Rockford by 2 after 5, an official game here in Kalamazoo. 5 innings played, an official game here in Kalamazoo. Rockford 3 and the home Kalamazoo Growlers 1. Alex McCutcheon returns for a second inning of relief work after Rockford went down with only 1 man allowed, a base hit in the 5th inning against him. Still leading 3-1, top of the 6th, and Aaron Mann to face him first. Mann out of Drury University, native of Little Rock, Arkansas. First pitch coming to Mann is high on a fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Mann 3 for 5 a couple of days ago, was the Northwoods League hitter of the day. 0 for 3 yesterday, though, in the first game of this 2-game set here in Kalamazoo. 1-0 pitch to him is an outside fastball that misses again, 2-0. Rivets lost 3-0 yesterday, leading 3-1 today. A complete game shutout by Adam Wheaton of Kalamazoo. Struck out 3, walked 2, only 4 hits allowed. 2-0 pitch to Mann, loops high at the plate, 3-0. That was a 98-pitch complete game shutout, 9 innings by Adam Wheaton, which is pretty much unheard of in baseball these days at any level. 3 balls and no strikes to Mann. The pitch loops in for a strike. 3-1 just on the inside corner. That was the first complete game thrown by any pitcher in the Northwoods League this young season, and of course the first complete game shutout. 3-1 to Mann. The pitch swinging and a fly ball deep into left field, but near the foul line toward the bullpen. This ball is just out of play. There's a seating area with tables and picnic chairs in left field, just beyond the left field bullpen. All the Rockford guys in the bullpen clearing the way for left fielder Brooks Ketzi to go over, but he had no play on a high fly ball. And the count 3-2 on Mann. Well, somehow Adam Wheaton did not earn Pitcher of the Night honors by the Northwoods League, but we all know who really deserved it. First complete game shutout in Northwoods League in 2019, and perhaps the first one we'll see in quite some time. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff man, Aaron Mann, against Alex McCutcheon here in the home 6th. The payoff on the way. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of Hunter Thorne, just barely. And Aaron Mann retired to lead off the 6th. Second strikeout for McCutcheon in 1 1/3 innings after Caden Helzel fanned a nobody in 4. And that brings up Malik Williams, who was 0 for 2 today. A pop out to foul ground his first time, a ground out to second base his last time, both to the opposite field, the right-hander against the lefty McCutcheon. First pitch grounded foul right side, or the left side that time. So Williams in a bit of a funk right now after hitting in his first 5 games with Rockford and going 6 for 19. He was 0 for 3 yesterday, now 0 for 2 to start today's game. 0-1 pitch to him is outside with a 72-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Count 1-1. The 6'4" Malik Williams, sophomore from north of the border. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Another off-speed pitch outside again at 72. Same spot, same call. 2 balls and a strike. Tom Jostin on deck for Rockford. 1 out, top of the 6th, 3-1, Rockford leading Kalamazoo. 2-1 to Williams. The pitch coming on the way. Swinging a high fly ball left field. All Brooks Ketzi can do is watch, but this ball is foul. That ball would have cleared the left field wall with ease and gone beyond the trees here in Kalamazoo. But that ball was pulled well foul. A line drive off the bat by Williams, and the count is 2-2. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Going fastball to breaking ball, 73 miles an hour that time from McCutcheon, and he's fanned back-to-back batters here in the 6th. 3 Ks in 1 2/3 for McCutcheon, and that brings up Tom Jostin for Rockford. So 2 out here in the 6th. And Jostin, the left-hander to bat. First pitch to him is outside with a fastball, ball 1. Action in the Kalamazoo bullpen, nothing for Rockford right now. So it appears as if Burnett will get the 6th inning. A pitch count right now at 93. So he can resume play in the 6th inning. 1-0 pitch is grounded down to second base. It 1 hops to Michael Sears, who throws on to first to retire the side. So Rockford has had their last 6 men go down. Down in order here in the 6th, 3-1. Rivets leading. Bottom 6 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rockford finishing up their 4-game road set, and the second of 2 between the Growlers and the Rivets. It's Rockford 3 and Kalamazoo 1. Jimmy Burnett, the hard-throwing left-hander from Chicago, Illinois, the Illinois Fighting Illini, back for a 6th inning of work after 5 solid innings to begin play for him at 93 pitches. First pitch to Hunter Thorne. It's a fastball outside for ball 1. So 93 pitches for Burnett. Looking at his line, he's allowed 1 earned run, 4 hits, struck out 8, and walked 4. 1 ball and no strikes to Thorne. The pitch to the catcher, swing and a miss. Breaking ball inside that time and low on the count 1-1. Anthony Coco and Brooks Ketsey to follow. It's 6, 7, and 8 up in the Growlers order here in the 6th inning. The 1-1 coming from Burnett, the pitch. And Thorne gets out of the way of one that ended up low and inside again. Had to leap out of the way, so that ball didn't clip his feet. Count moves to 2-1. Thorne 1 for 2, a single and a run scored in the 2nd inning. A looking K last time up. Here's the 2-1 from Burnett. Fastball outside, just missed the plate, 3-1. Burnett continues to deal. Only 1 earned run allowed this season in 2 starts for Jimmy. This is the 11th inning of work. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 low, a fastball, and a 5-pitch walk to Hunter Thorne. So that brings up Coco, as Burnett allows a leadoff man to get on base here in the 6th inning. So the junior from Grand Valley State, Anthony Coco, up with 1 man on and nobody out here in the 6th. Coco is 0 for 0 with a couple of walks. He's reached 3rd base both times. First pitch from Burnett to Coco. Breaking ball, that's well high, ball 1. Thorne leads off of first base. Coco comes up as the tying run. Rockford leads 3-1, bottom half of the 6th inning here in Kalamazoo. They'll go home for 7 straight home games over the next week. 1-0 coming from Burnett, the pitch. Swinging a line drive through the hole for a base hit between first and second base. And back-to-back base runners get aboard against Burnett here in the 6th. Thorne up to second base. Coco to first. His first base hit of the game. He's been on all 3 times. And that brings up Brooks Ketsey. 100 pitches for Jimmy Burnett. Josh Kime comes out of the bullpen from the 3rd base side, or the dugout rather, and it appears as if that'll be all for Burnett at 100 pitches. You cannot begin a new batter after 110, but Burnett will be given the leash at 100. Both runners on base, his responsibility, but as it stands right now, 5 innings of 8 strikeout, 5 walk ball, and more importantly, 1 run allowed and in line for a Rockford win. 3-1 Rivets, a pitching change coming up here in Kalamazoo. Nobody out bottom half of the 6th. Carter Lawler, the right-hander, enters the game for the Rockford Rivets. He will face Brooks Ketsey, the left fielder, as Kalamazoo has once again threatened with men on base. They have stranded 7 men through 5 innings. They have 2 men aboard here to begin at the 6th. Thorne on second base, Coco at first, a walk and a single to lead things off. And that got Jimmy Burnett pulled out of the game at 100 pitches, 56 strikes as it stands now. 5 hits and 1 earned run. 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. Both runners on base, his responsibility and would be earned. So here's Ketsey to face Carter Lawler, right-hander on right-hander. We'll have Lawler's stats in a moment. Lawler sets belt high and deals from the stretch the first pitch. A bunt attempt does not go. Pulling away that time is Ketsey. The ball was outside on the fastball, 1-0. So Lawler wearing 22 in gray and gold. Sophomore from Kirkwood Community College in Iowa, going to Eastern Illinois and Charleston, Illinois next summer, the next spring. 3rd appearance of the year for Lawler. 1-0 pitch, again bunting Ketsey. He lays off the pitch, was just inside over his shoulder as he bent down, and the count is 2-0. Michael Sears to follow Ketsey. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Tying run at first base for Kalamazoo, trailing 3-1. Bottom 6. 1-1 from Lawler. Holds, looks, and the pitch to Ketsey. Bunt attempt, gets this one down right up the third base line. A beautiful bunt. Third baseman throws on to first for the out, but both runners move up. A beautiful bunt. Aaron Mann made the play at third base. As Lawler got out of the way, he would have had no play on the ball, the pitcher. And Mann, while charging in, fires a rope to Malik Williams for the 5-3 putout. However, both Thorne and Coco move up. It's 2nd and 3rd with 1 away, and Michael Sears the batter. So a sacrifice bunt for Ketsey as he got the bunt down right up the third base line. A beautiful bunt, and just barely was beaten by a beautiful throw by Aaron Mann across the diamond. So Michael Sears to bat with 1 away. He has the only Kalamazoo RBI in the game. The first pitch from Lawler, swing and a miss on a fastball, 0-1. Lawler has some velocity on those fastballs himself. That one at 90, mostly in the upper 80s from Lawler. Off speed of low to mid 70s. 0-1 the count to Sears. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Struck out his last time up. Lawler from the third base side from the stretch. Righty on righty, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball outside at 91. Bounce in the dirt, and Jouer picks it up. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Tying run 2 bags away here in Kalamazoo. Rockford trailing 3-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Michael Sears. Lawler sets and fires the pitch. Fastball missed outside, count is 2-1. Jacob Hoover, the leadoff man, is on deck for Kalamazoo. 3rd time around through this batting order for Kalamazoo. 5 hits aside, Rockford leads 3-1, no errors apiece. 2-1 to Michael Sears. Lawler set at the belt and fires away. Breaking ball missed inside at 72. 3-1. The ball didn't really break all that much and landed inside. Count is 3-1. Would not be the worst situation if the bases were loaded here. Puts a force on every base, including home plate. Jacob Hoover on deck is 0 for 3. 3-1 to Michael Sears, the freshman from Cincinnati. The 3-1 pitch to him, well outside a fastball, ball 4. And Sears draws a 5-pitch walk to load the bases for leadoff man Jacob Hoover. Well, Jimmy Burnett walked 5 batters. And Lawler walks Sears, the 6th Kalamazoo man to get a base on balls in this game. And so Lawler will face Jacob Hoover, right-hander on right-hander, with the bases loaded and 1 man out. The first pitch to Hoover on the way is an outside fastball, 1-0. Throw back to third base. They get him! Hunter Thorne was cherry picking off a third base A quick throwback from Nick Jouer, heads up play by the TCU Horned Frog, and Thorne is erased at third base. Thorne did not try to slide in. Tried to walk his way back to third base, and a heads up tag by Aaron Mann, a be there now play. And Thorne is retired. That's out number 2. And 1-0 the count to Hoover, the pitch. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate, called strike 1. This time it nips the black. So a massive second out. Nick Jouer throwing to Aaron Mann, a heads up play by catcher and third baseman. There's 2 out. Runners now on first and second. Coco at second, Sears at first with 2 out. 1-1 the count to Jacob Hoover. The pitch. Breaking ball missed again, this time outside. It broke across the plate and ended up falling outside, and it's 2-1. Hoover 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out against Jimmy Burnett. Lawler in relief. Has 2 men on base and 2 men out. 2 balls and a strike to Hoover. Lawler looks back now, deals. Pitches outside a fastball, 3 balls and a strike. And Lawler in danger of loading the bases once again. Jimmy Sullivan is on deck for Kalamazoo. Three balls and 1 strike with 2 out. The runner on second base, Coco, the responsibility of Jimmy Burnett. First and second. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lawler set at the belt and fires away. Fastball is outside for ball 4. And Hoover draws a walk. Back-to-back walks issued by Carter Lawler. And that loads the bases once again for Jimmy Sullivan. So that massive second out on the throwback attempt to third base by Nick Jouer essentially prevents a walk to drive in a run. But the bases do become loaded once again as pitching coach Adam Carey meets with the pitcher and catcher Jouer and Lawler. Nobody warming in Rockford's pen. Kalamazoo does have some action going on. 3-1 Rockford, bottom 6. Bases all juiced up with 2 men away. And Jimmy Sullivan, the center fielder, who is 1 for 3 today, had 2 hits yesterday, and has hit in all 7 games he has played. The freshman from Virginia. One of the hottest bats of this Kalamazoo team, batting a cool 400 with 3 RBIs. Has a chance for potentially 4 more here. Left fielder the center fielder Jimmy Sullivan. Left-handed batter against the righty Carter Lawler. Rockford clings to a 2-run lead. Tying run at second base, go-ahead run at first base. Bases loaded with 2 men out for Sullivan. Lawler from the windup this time, sets at the belt and fires the first pitch. It's on the way, it's inside with a breaking ball. Jouer can't find the ball, and it hit him. That ball clipped Sullivan. On his front leg, his right leg, the first pitch clipped Sullivan inside, and that brings home a run to make it 3-2. Anthony Coco comes home to score. All runners move up. Sears to third, Hoover to second, and Sullivan with a hit batsman is on first base, and it's 3-2 now. Growlers get a run back. It was only a matter of time, you would think. All the men they've been putting on base and leaving on base to get one across here in the 6th. And Shea Kramer to bat, the first baseman. Kramer 0 for 3 today. First pitch from Lawler, swinging a ground ball past third base, threw for a base hit to left field. Cut off by Figas. 1 run scores. 2 runs will score. The throw is wide of the bag. It is 4-3 Kalamazoo. Michael Sears comes around to score from third. Hoover from second base. The throw from Figas in left was well wide of the home plate bag. A 2 RBI single by Shea Kramer has Kalamazoo up 4-3. 3 runs in this 6th inning for Kalamazoo. Sullivan to second base, Kramer to first, and for Kramer, that's RBIs 10 and 11 on the season. The hot sophomore from Utah. And the Growlers now out to a 4-3 advantage here in the 6th, their first lead of the ball game. Now Dakota Katowski with still 2 men on and 2 men out First and second. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball right over the plate for strike one from Lawler. 2 runs charged to Burnett. 2 charged to Lawler. Across the game. And Burnett now no longer in line for the win after an impressive start. 0-1 to count the pitch. Breaking ball swung out and missed. A high breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Fox Liam would bat next. Katowski, who is 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. A 2 RBI single by Shea Kramer after a bases loaded hit by pitch. Put 3 runs across for Kalamazoo here in the home 6. They lead 4-3. 0-2 the count. The pitch to Katowski. It gets away from Jouer. The pitch high and inside, and both runners move up. The ball went back to the backstop, and it's second and third. Wild pitches have been a problem for both Rockford pitchers in this game, Burnett and Lawler. The count is 1-2 on Katowski. Sullivan moves to third base, and Kramer to second. Just 1 RBI for Katowski on the year. This is second game out of Missouri State. 1-2 the pitch to Katowski. The pitch. Swinging a pop-up, first base side and foul ground. Jouer sheds his mask but has no play. The ball is 2 rows up into the bleachers, first base side. And we'll do it again. The concourse in front of the bleachers here, the walkway to the rest of the bleachers. So the stands are a little bit of the way back. They're not on top of the players here at Homer Stryker Stadium in Kalamazoo. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Katowski. Second and third with 2 out, 4-3 Growlers. Lawler from the third base side. Bends in and has the sign. And time has been called by the batter. Katowski wants time. Kramer at second. Sullivan over at third with 2 out. The right fielder, Dakota Katowski. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Lawler now sets and deals. Inside with a breaking ball, 2-2. And Katowski stays alive. Fox Liam, the on-deck man for Kalamazoo. Rivets looking to avoid another loss here on the road. They've given up 3 here in the 6th inning. They trail by 1. 2-2 the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. Tracing back is Burrows. Near the warning track, he gets in front of it and makes the catch. Kalamazoo does their damage. 3 runs across in the inning. On 2 hits, 3 walks, and 1 hit batsman. A 2 RBI single, Shea Kramer, is the difference for Kalamazoo, and the Growlers lead 4-3 after 6. Rockford now finds themselves trailing for the first time today, top of the 7th inning. A 4-3 Kalamazoo lead. A new pitcher, Ethan Horwoodell from Ohio University. Number 14, for the first time, appears on the mound. The first pitch coming to Nick Figas is low and inside a fastball, 1-0. Horwedel from Ann Arbor, Michigan, but attends Ohio University, 5'11 freshman, right-handed thrower. 9-1-2 up, Nick Figas, Blake Burrows to Nick Jouer. 1-0 pitch to Figas is lipped into center field. That one's going to be caught down there by Jimmy Sullivan. A nice sliding catch by Sullivan. Down to his knees to make the play and retire Figas. Kalamazoo getting 3 runs on 2 hits, but 3 walks and 1 hit batsman against Carter Lawler for the most part did the difference. 1 run of those 3 charged to Burnett and 2 charged to Lawler. So Burnett no longer in line for a result in this game. Blake Burrows now, first pitch fastball outside corner, strike 1. Burrows 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. 0-1 the count to the K-State Wildcat. The pitch. Swing and a miss. The fastball 0-2 was foul tipped into the glove of Hunter Thorne, the catcher. So Horwedel on the mound for the first time this season, added to the roster today. The Ohio Bobcat. 0-2 the count now to Burrows. Horwedel fires. Swing and a miss. Outside fastball. All 3 fastballs from Horwedel. Fans Burrows on 3 pitches, and there's 2 down here with the 7th. Rockford with 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the 4th. Kalamazoo 1 run in the 2nd, 3 runs in the 6th. Here we are, top 7, 4-3 Growlers. In search of their 4th straight win. Now here's Nick Jouer. The first pitch to him, a check swing. Did he go around? He did, strike 1. Fastball on the outside. Jouer 1 for 3, singled his last time up. A couple of groundouts aside from that. 0-1 from Horwedel. The pitch to Jouer. Swinging a foul tip line back to the screen. 0-2. Final game of this 4-game road trip for Rockford. 1 up and 2 down on it so far. 0-2 the pitch to Jouer. Swing and a miss. Ethan Horwedel gets through Rockford in the 7th. 1, 2, 3. 7th inning stretch time here in Kalamazoo. Home team by 1. Bottom 7 in Kalamazoo. Growlers with 3 runs in the last home inning. 4-3, and now Jay Hamill to start this 7th inning for Rockford in relief. Second relief pitcher for the Rivets today. So Jay Hamill to bat. And he will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Growlers order here in the home 7th. Fox Liam, Hunter Thorne, and Anthony Coco to bat. Warm-up pitches getting finished up for Jay Hamill. The 6'5" freshman right-handed thrower from Quincy University, native of Brook, Indiana, playing for the 3rd time this season. Has allowed 2 earned runs in 3 innings in relief for Hamill. Pitched an inning against Kokomo on Saturday and did not allow a run. Struck out 1 and walked 1 in 1 inning. So the lefty Fox Liam to step in against the right-hander Jay Hamill for Rockford to start the home 7th. Fox Liam today 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Batting 1 for 12 to begin the year. Number 19 in yellow. And the first pitch coming from Hamill on the way. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 90. Count, no balls and a strike. All these Rockford throwers can pitch 90 plus. Burnett, Lawler, and Hamill. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Liam. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Jouer. At 91 miles an hour, a fastball, and the count is 0-2. Have the line on Lawler in just a moment. Count 0-2 on Hamill. Rather on Liam. Here's the pitch from Hamill on 0-2. It's high and away, ball 1. Fastball coming again that time. So for Lawler, he goes 1 inning in relief. Allows 2 runs, both earned, on 1 hit. But 2 walks and 1 hit batsman. 1-2 with nobody out. To Liam, the pitch from Hamill. Swinging a pop-up into left field. Retreating back on that is Figus near the track in front of it. Makes the catch in plenty of time to retire Fox Liam. That brings up Hunter Thorne with 1 out. Hunter Thorne today is 1 for 2 with a single, run scored, and a walk. Was picked off of third base back in the 6th inning. His last time out. Hamill's first pitch to him is high and in, a fastball, ball 1. All fastballs right now from Hamill. Through 5 pitches. That one in at 91 on the Jugs gun. Right-hander on right-hander, the 1-0 pitch is bounced in the dirt. 2-0. The pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to left again. Back on it, Figus at the track, in front of it. Gets in front of it plenty of time and makes the catch for the 2nd out. A couple of long fly balls hit the way of Nick Figus in left field, but both retired by number 12 in gray. And there's 2 down for Anthony Coco. And Coco has been on base all 3 times he's been at bat today. Is 1 for 1 with a couple of walks. A run scored after a single his last time up. He has reached third base in all 3 times he's been at the plate. First pitch coming from Hamill. Breaking ball missed outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The first off-speed pitch from Hamill in this inning. 4-3 Kalamazoo over Rockford. 2 out, bottom half of the 7th. 1-0 pitch. Inside a fastball, 2-0. No one throwing in either bullpen right now. 2 balls and no strikes to Coco. Pitch from Hamill. Inside fastball missed again. 3-0. Brooks Ketsey on deck, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Coco from Grand Valley State in Michigan. Hamill behind 3-0. The pitch to Coco on the way is a high fastball, and that's ball 4. Coco walked on 4 pitches, and once again, he reaches for the 4th time today. 1 for 1 with a run scored and 3 walks for Coco. And that brings up Brooks Ketsey with an insurance run at first base and 2 men out. Brooks Ketsey is 0 for 0. A couple of walks and then a sac bunt his last time up. One where he nearly reached base. A perfect bunt down the third base line for Ketsy, the right-hander against the righty Hamill. First pitch to him. Breaking ball outside part of the plate, strike one. Ketsy at 071 with 1 RBI on the year. 1 for 14. 0-1 pitch to him. Bounce in the dirt. Jouer blocks it. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Off speed that time from Hamill. Michael Sears on deck for Kalamazoo. 1-1 to Ketsy with Coco off first base for the Growlers. Held on by Williams. Hamill deals the 1-1. Outside with a fastball, 2-1. .69 degrees and cloudy here in Kalamazoo. Growlers with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. They have a 4-3 lead over Rockford on this Tuesday morning. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, a fastball low, and the count 2-2 on Ketsy. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 men out. Hamill deals the 2-2. It's outside with a breaking ball, 3-2. Other action in the Northwoods League right now. Madison leads Lakeshore 6-0 in the top of the 3rd at Lakeshore. The Mallards the only team without a loss this season. They are 7-0. 3-2 with 2 out. The payoff to Ketsy on the way runners go. Swinging a fly ball up the middle, down for a base hit. In front of Burrows, who cuts it off. Going first to third on the play is Coco. He's in sliding safely. The throw cut off at short. Ketsy hits one right back up the box and through to center field for a base hit. Coco already running on 3-2 with 2 out. Has third base easily, and the runners are on the corners for Michael Sears. Just the second base hit of the season for Brooks Ketsy. And that brings up Michael Sears, who was 1 for 2 with an RBI, a run scored, walked his last time up. Production from the lower part of the batting order, 7, 8, and 9, have been terrific for Kalamazoo in this ballgame. So Sears up with 2 out, the first pitch to him. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. First and third with 2 out. Coco over at third base, and Ketsy at the opposite side on first. Ketsy held off by Malik Williams at first base. Not the case for Coco. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Sears. Bounce away to Jouer, but he knocks it down. Going on to second base is Ketsy on the drop ball. And the count is 1-1. The ball bounced by Hamill, and Jouer just trying to knock it down. He's done all right blocking balls, has the catcher Jouer, but a few have gotten by him. Pitches have been plenty wild for Rockford in this game. 1-1 to Sears. Hamill stares in. The right-hander has his sign against the righty Michael Sears. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Swing and a miss, a high fastball. 1-2 the count to Sears. Jacob Hoover on deck for Kalamazoo. 2 men out here in the 7th. Hamill looking for his first strikeout potentially. He's thrown 20 pitches in relief. 2 men in scoring position with 2 men out. 1-2 to Sears. Hamill winds and fires. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Right there on a line drive is Vanderwall to put it away in right. And that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit. 2 men stranded for Kalamazoo. It's 4-3 Growlers after 7 innings. Eighth inning in Kalamazoo. It is 4-3 still. Growlers on top. And Eamon Horwoodell comes back on to pitch his second inning of relief. Matt Higgins, Jake Vanderwall, and Jeff Heinrich for Rockford. Higgins leads off, the left-hander against the righty Horwoodell. First pitch to him is smacked into left field. But right there is Ketzi. Backs up a couple of steps and puts it away in front of the track for the first out of the 8th. So now Jake Vanderwall, and if there's one guy who can tie this game back up, it could be Vanderwall. Had the solo home run down the right field line back in the 4th inning. He is 2 for 3 today, a home run, a single, but struck out his last time up. Left-handed batter. And the cleanup man for Rockford out of Long Beach State, Grand Rapids, Michigan native, not far from here. First pitch is a strike, a breaking ball on the top right half of the plate. And the count is 0-1 from Horwoodell. Horwoodell winds and deals the 0-1. Check swing, ball is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vanderwall not close to going around. Vanderwall, the second-year Rockford Rivet, batted .276 in 53 games with the Rockford last season. Here's the 1-1 to him. Swing at an opposite field fly ball that goes foul into the bleachers. And look out. Some of the kids weren't paying attention. But no one's harmed. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 with 1 out to Vanderwall. Jeff Heinrich is on deck. Horwoodell kicks and deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Vanderwall goes down on strikes for the second time today. Second strikeout for Eamon Horwoodell. And there's 2 down here in the 8th. That'll bring up Jeff Heinrich, who was yet to see action on the bases today. He's 0 for 3. A couple of pop outs and a ground out for him. Right-hander on right-hander, first pitch from Horwoodell. In for a strike, a fastball in the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. In front of a crowd of more than 3,000, some of the kids beginning to file out and head back to school. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Over comes Sullivan to his left in the right center field gap, and Sullivan running puts it away for the 3rd out. Rockford down 1-2-3 against Horwoodell, who has thrown just 14 pitches in 2 innings of relief. On to the bottom of the 8th we go. It's 4-3 Kalamazoo. Bottom half of the 8th, 4-3 Kalamazoo. And Jay Ham will back out to work the 8th inning for the Rockford Rivets. Against the top of the order, Jacob Hoover, Jimmy Sullivan, Shea Kramer. Up in the home 8th for the home Growlers. Wearing their home yellows today. Rockford still in their road grays with gray pants. White pants on yellow uniforms. Gold-ish uniforms for Kalamazoo. So Jacob Hoover to bat against Jay Hamill to start the 8th. The first pitch is high with a fastball. Gets away from the catcher Jouer, the ball well high. Count 1-0. Well, Jay Hamill escaped a 2-run jam in the 7th inning in his first inning of relief. Needed 21 pitches to get through it. 1-0 to Hoover. Pitch. Checked his swing on an inside fastball. Did he go? No. 2-0 to him. The kids have started to file out as we hit 1:30 local time here in the East, and 11:05 start. So some kids going back to school for the end of their day here in Kalamazoo. 2-0 the count to Hoover and the pitch. High with the fastball, 3-0. And Hamill gets behind once again. Jimmy Sullivan and Shea Kramer to follow. Hamill sets and deals the 3-0 pitch. It's high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks by Jimmy Hoover. And Jay Hamill has a man on board right away here in the 8th. Well, Jacob Hoover, who had hit in his first 6 games and scored a run in his first 6, he'll keep the run streak alive, but probably not the win streak now that he's been on base. So we can say he's been on base in every game and scored a run in every game. Left-handed Jimmy Sullivan now with Hoover off first base and nobody out here in the 8th. First pitch from Lawler is a strike. Check that, Hamill, the first pitch, a strike. 2 runs charged to Lawler in the 6th inning. 2 runs against Burnett in the game. He went 4+. Oh, 1 the count to Hamill. Pitch to Sullivan. Swing and a miss. And a ball that's low and a count 0-2. Sullivan 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Infield single back in the first, his only hit of the game. 400 batter with 4 RBIs. 0-2, Hamill ahead, and the pitch to Sullivan. Well outside with a breaking ball that didn't really break. Count is 1-0. Shea Kramer on deck. That ball well high and away from Jimmy Sullivan from Hamill that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hoover leads off of first. Here's the 1-2. It's bounced in the dirt, count 2-2. From the first base side, Jay Hamill fires the 2-2. Swinging a liner, foul left side, hits the screen. And we'll do it again. Count still 2-2. Pitch number 31 coming for Sullivan. 2-2 the count. And the pitch from Hamill. Bounces away from Juer at the plate, ball 3. And up to second base, Jacob Hoover goes. Another wild pitch by Rockford pitching in this game. And that puts Hoover at second base. And the count's still 3-2 now on Sullivan. Hamill now set. Nobody out, payoff coming to Sullivan. The pitch is ball 4. The ball away from the plate. And the 8th inning begins with back-to-back walks. 10th walk of the game for Rockford pitching. This is a team that is one of the best in the Northwoods League at not walking guys. They walk only 2.9 per game, rather 2.9 per 9 innings heading into this 2-game series. Well, they've walked 10 today, by far their most of the season. And first and second now for Shea Kramer, and still nobody out here in the home 8th for Kalamazoo. Shea Kramer to bat. First baseman, right-hander on right-hander. First pitch to Kramer is outside for ball 1. The Utah Ute had a 2 RBI single his last time up, back in the 6th inning. That gave Kalamazoo a 1-run lead that still stands right now. 4-3, bottom of the 8th. 1 ball and no strikes to Kramer. Hamill comes set, stretches and deals the 1-0. Swinging a foul, line drive right side, clears the bleachers. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Still 6-0 Mallards over Chinooks in Lakeshore. Bottom half of the third. Mallards still unbeaten at 7-0 on this Northwoods League season. 1-1 the count. Hamill fires. Swing and a miss off speed, count 1-2. Kalamazoo could earn at least a share of the top spot in the Great Lakes East with a win today. Tied with Traverse City at 4 wins and 3 losses for the top spot in the Great Lakes East. Still plenty of season to go, at least the first half. Game day number 8 here in the Northwoods League. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Kramer. Hamill sets and fires the pitch. It's outside, skips away between the legs of the catcher Jouer, and both runners move up on that. Another wild pitch scored. It becomes second and third with a count 2-2. Hoover to third base, Sullivan to second base, and the count even at 2-2 on Kramer. How many wild pitches in this game for Rockford? Now Josh Kime out to talk with catcher Nick Jouer here to the left of home plate. With the count 2 balls and 2 strikes and nobody out to Shea Kramer. No double play in effect either. And the sac fly well at play here for Kalamazoo. 2-2 the count. Kime is back in his dugout now in third base, the field manager for Rockford in his first season. From the windup now, it's going to be Hamill with a 2-2 count on Kramer. From the first base side of the pitching rubber. Sets neck high. Winds and deals the 2-2 to Kramer. It's well high and in. Count 3-2. Fastball missing again from Hamill. Dakota Katowski on deck for Kalamazoo. 3-2 the count to Shea Kramer. With first base the only one open. Second and third, nobody out. Hamill kicks and deals the payoff. Swinging a fly ball right center field. It'll get the run home. 2 men converge for it. Vanderwall makes the catch. Charging from third is Hoover. Throw comes home. It gets to Jouer. It is not in time. Jouer couldn't put the tag on. The ball was ahead of the home plate bag. A very good throw by Vanderwall, but not good enough. And Hoover scores on a sac fly by Shea Kramer to make it 5-3 Kalamazoo. Up to third base as well, Jimmy Sullivan. That's an RBI sac fly for Kramer, his 3rd run batted in of the game here for Kalamazoo. A 2 RBI single for him last time. Up now a sac fly to bring in Hoover. And Dakota Katowski to bat with a 2-run Kalamazoo lead. And Sullivan at third base. First pitch from Hamill is high and in near his face, 1-0. A fastball. Kalamazoo with 4 unanswered runs so far. Rockford will have one last chance at the top of the 9th. With Aaron Mann, Malik Williams, and Tom Jostin up for the Rivets. 1-0 pitch coming from Hamill, swinging a foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just past 2.5 hours played here in Kalamazoo. Yesterday's game time was 2 hours and 12 minutes. 1 ball and 1 strike to Katowski. Right-hander on right-hander with a closed stance. Hamill sets and deals. High and away near his face again. 2-1, a fastball. Well, Hamill, who allowed 2 earned runs in a 2-inning performance against Traverse City his first time out. 2-1 has swung on and missed a fastball, 2-2. Has allowed 1 here in 2 innings of work. His 3rd appearance of the season, freshman from Quincy University at 6'5". 2 balls and 2 strikes on Katowski with Fox Liam on deck. Hamill's 2-2, swinging a fly ball foul out to the right, out of play. A 2-run Kalamazoo lead. It's 5-3. Man on third base and 1 man out. Infield all playing in with the count 2-2. Will a play go to home if it's on the infield? 2-2 to Katowski. Hamill kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and outside. And Hamill fans Dakota Katowski for a big second out. That'll bring up Fox Liam. That's the first strikeout of the game for Hamill. And Liam now, who has struck out twice today, he's 0 for 4. 1 for 13 to start the year. The Coastal Carolina commit from Excelsior, Minnesota. The first pitch to Liam is on the outside part of the plate, but just missed with a fastball. From Hamill, the count is 1-0. 1-0 from Hamill. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. Backpedaling on that Vanderwall near the track. He looks up and he makes the catch. Traps it in front of the warning track in right field after Liam gave that ball a ride to right field. Another run across for Kalamazoo, some insurance, and after 8, it's 5-3 Growlers. Last chance for Rockford, top of the 9th. Rivets will send out Aaron Mann, Malik Williams, and Tom Jostin, 6, 7, and 8 in the Rockford order, trailing 5-3 here in Kalamazoo, in danger of losing their 3rd straight game. Growlers looking to win their 4th straight contest. First pitch to Aaron Mann is high and away a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, head coach Cody Pachaki has set out Eamon Horwadell for a potential 3-inning save. Entered the 7th inning and has cruised since. 6 up and 6 down against him. 1-0 fouled away by man to the screen, 1-1. Well, Rockford now, their last man to reach base, let alone a hit, was the top of the 5th inning, a Nick Jouer single. Since then, it's been 12 up and 12 down against a combination of Alex McCutcheon and Eamon Horwadell, who goes for a 3-inning save. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mann. Arkansas native swings and misses at a fastball, 1-2. Malik Williams to follow him. Aaron Mann 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and scored a run back in the 4th inning. Right-hander against right-hander. The 1-2, the wind from Horwadell on the pitch is outside, away 2-2. Off speed that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mann kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Horwadell retires Mann with a strikeout. And the 13th straight Rivet to go down is Aaron Mann. Third K of the game for Eamon Horwadell. And there's 1 out here in the 9th. That brings up Malik Williams, who is being pinch hit for by one Tim Lilly. Tim Lilly pinch hitting for Malik Williams here in the ninth. He would play first base if Rockford were to score at least 2. So Lilly appearing for the first time in this 2-game set. Went 1 for 4 his last time out 2 days ago against Kokomo on Sunday. Junior from Villanova, first pitch. He pops it foul to the right, out of play. 0-1. Lilly, a right-handed batter, native of Glen Ellen, Illinois, second-year Rockford Rivet, and Villanova Wildcat. At 6'2", 190, 2 for 14 on the season with 3 strikeouts, batting 143. The 0-1 pitch to him. Check swing, appeal. He did not go, but the call was a strike by the home plate umpire, that being Mr. Tyler Thurmond. No balls and 2 strikes on Lilly. Horwedel quickly ahead. Winds and deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Picked up by Thorne. Throws on to first in plenty of time for the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the ninth by Eamon Horwedel, who has gone 8 up and 8 down in his relief work in just 23 pitches. His first appearance for Kalamazoo, the Ohio Bobcat from Ann Arbor. Certainly a guy who might be a mainstay in the bullpen for Kalamazoo when they need it. Tom Jostin swings at the first pitch, a fastball, swung right through it, count 0-1. So it's left to Tom Jostin with Rockford down to their final out here in the ninth, trailing 5-3 in Kalamazoo. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, a ball in the dirt, count 0-2. Horwedel looking to put the bow on a 3-out save in which he has pitched 2 2/3 perfect innings so far in 25 pitches. Ahead 0-2 on the lefty Tom Jostin. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, drop third strike, tag placed on, and that is the ball game. The Growlers come from 3-1 down, score 4 consecutive runs late, and defeat Rockford behind a 3-inning save by Eamon Horwedel, 5-3 here in Kalamazoo. Rockford loses their 3rd straight game. They won the first game of their road trip, but lose the final 3 and go back home 1-3 on the road for 7 consecutive games at home. It's the 4th straight game for Kalamazoo that they've won. Growlers now at 5-3 on the season, and Rockford at 3-5. A big come-from-behind win for the Kalamazoo Growlers. They win it 5-3 at home. Final line, 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors for Kalamazoo. And for the Rockford Rivets, 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Our next game for the Rockford Rivets is right back in Rivet Stadium tomorrow, a 6:35 Central Time start against Traverse City. The Pit Spitters back for the 2nd series in Rockford. We'll have live television coverage for you on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Our next road game is next Tuesday, the 11th of June at night as part of a day-night doubleheader at the Kenosha Kingfish, 6:35 Central Time. So a 5-3 Kalamazoo win. We will talk to you tomorrow on television when Rockford plays Traverse City.